So you're a reporter for who?
Fox 29?
Fox 29? And so is he too?
you got the stuff. Huh? Well, I mean, yeah, I'll tell you, we were down and I drove right around the block. I was there, I was the whole way there. But I didn't know where the accident was. Police stopped and stuff all down there. I'm like, I didn't know where. Apparently it was down there. Yeah, they're not. I was going to go over. And then it looked like it probably happened right on the curve. Yeah, exactly. I just took the market of the house over down here. Nice. I know that all this is happening. We're not that far, right? You know, it's like maybe 2 blocks. I'm right up there by that mass. Oh, now 3 calls. But they were up in that tree as this was going on. Anybody do the live now? I was
you can easily see, sort of standing around waiting for their next instructions, waiting for their next orders. We have not seen anyone pulled out of that area there, which is beyond the fire truck you're looking at by probably a couple of hundred yards, we believe to be the crash scene itself. The vehicles are parked here along the street along Frankfurt. This is Frankfurt and Sedgley. We, for a while there, saw a number of ambulance EMT workers and so forth bringing folks out on gurneys and stretchers and so forth. We have not seen anything like that for quite some time. We've seen a couple of folks with minor injuries being dealt with in fire department medic units here at this intersection. We are told that Mayor Nutter is right here on the scene. I have not actually eyeballed him in front of it in a while. He was earlier this evening getting briefed along with some of his top lieutenants. We have not seen him actually.
Chief Joe Sullivan, Deputy Commissioner Richard Ross, about to brief us. Here at Wheatsheaf and Frankfurt, one of the command areas right here. We are also, here comes the mayor as well. So here's the mayor, Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey, and other police department personnel. We're going to take them live right here. As you can see, city personnel, including the mayor, Everett Gillison, Chief Joe Sullivan of the Counterterrorism Unit, and Homeland Security here, along with Deputy Commissioner Richard Ross, Commissioner Charles Ramsey, just quickly getting some information together before they talk to us. And we expect to hear from them any moment now. Again, expect to get the first briefing since this incident occurred about 2 hours ago now here. Amtrak train 188 with 248 passengers on board and 5 crew members, from what we understand. There are reports of serious injuries on board. There have been reports unconfirmed of potentially some fatalities, but again, that has not been confirmed by anybody here at the scene at this point. We are about to get our first briefing from the mayor on the latest situation as far as removing individuals from the train. We have seen several bus loads of passengers from the train who were not seriously injured being removed on SEPTA buses, and they will be taken to a local hospital, from what I understand, to be looked at and talked to by medical personnel to make sure they're okay. Again, very chaotic scene here tonight as this all unfolded. Here in the Port Richmond section off of Wheatsheaf and Frankfurt here. The NTSB, we're told now, has sent what they call a GOAT team to Philadelphia. They will be here overnight, sometime tonight into the early morning hours, and would give some kind of media briefing to us sometime in the morning. Once they get to the bottom of this, I'm sure they're going to uncover all the information they possibly can and then talk to us about exactly what happened here this evening. But again, we're watching Mayor Nutter and police and fire personnel as they get ready to give us a news conference here at Wheatsheaf and Frankfurt. And again, we have not gotten solid numbers yet on injuries, serious injuries at this point. Originally, we heard upwards of 50 injuries, but again, as I told you a second ago, we're about to hear from the mayor right now. Here comes Mayor Michael Nutter to brief us on the situation. Mayor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Hold on. Thanks. Everybody ready?
Yes, we're live.
Thanks. All right, I'm going to give you very preliminary information. Every speaker is going to tell you that the information is preliminary because it's preliminary. We'll tell you what we have. Obviously, early this evening, Amtrak train number 188, which originated from Washington, D.C., northbound to New York City, derailed. Officer Gilliam will give you the exact time, but somewhere around after 9 p.m. this evening. That incident required a 4-alarm response from the fire department. The fire department is in command in this scene. That resulted in 33 apparatus on the scene, 120 firefighters and other emergency management personnel responded. This went to a level 3 mass casualty incident because of the number of personnel. 243 individuals on this train, 5 of whom are Amtrak employees. Unfortunately, we can confirm at least 5 individuals deceased. This is a preliminary estimate. The train's 7 cars, including the engine, are in various stages of disarray, turned over, upside down, on their side. We are still investigating what's going on. A total of 200 police personnel responded to this incident as well. Most individuals were able to walk off of the train. Many were transported. You'll get that from the fire department. NTSB, the national agency, is activated and investigating. Amtrak personnel, as you can see, the gentleman standing next to me, on the scene as well. Full response, fire, police, Department of Homeland Security, SEPTA, Amtrak, and the state police. I've talked to Governor Wolf and his chief of staff. They are very concerned about this incident, have given their full cooperation and support. All agencies actively engaged and involved. I've been down on the tracks on the scene with my staff. It is an absolute disastrous mess. Never seen anything like this in my life, and most personnel will say that as well. Going to give you some updated information. We want our families. This was a northbound train from Washington, D.C. to New York City. Many of these folks do not live in Philadelphia, and so we have information with regard to how people can get information on their loved ones. That will come from Sam Phillips, the Director of the Office of Emergency Management. Sam?
Sure. So as the mayor said, we're just working to piece everything together right now. People in the Philadelphia area looking for loved ones should go to the Webster Elementary School, which is at the corner of Sedgley and Ontario. Start there. We will work with you. We have a team there ready to support. We also have the NTSB en route, and we'll be working with our colleagues in Washington, D.C. and in New York to piece together the family information. But if you're local, start at Webster, and we'll provide you additional information.
Fire Department?
Yeah, as the mayor said, at about 9:38, fire department personnel responded and encountered 6 overturned trains. We immediately struck the second alarm and declared it a mass casualty event. At 9:35, we struck out the third alarm, and then at 10:24, we struck the fourth alarm. As the mayor said, that brings 33 apparatus and 122 personnel. It is a level 3 mass casualty incident, which means that 18 medic units were brought on scene. We have a total of 6 critical transports to area hospitals. Those hospitals include Temple University, Einstein, Tarsdale, and Hahnemann, and a total of 43 transports, except the buses and our medic units, for less critical injuries. Others are walking wounded.
Police Department.
Mr. Charles Ramsey here.
We have slightly more than 200 officers that have responded to the scene. Once this occurred and we realized the magnitude of it, we held over our 4 to 12 unit. We called in our midnight shift early. There was a recall of people from our SWAT unit, our Homeland Security unit, and the like. So the city was still covered for normal patrol. We brought in extra people and we extended shifts. We used a large number of tourniquets while assisting the fire department in triaging some of the injured and so forth. Have more exact information for you tomorrow in terms of just how many of those devices were used during this. But as the mayor said, everyone is here, everybody's responding, and the investigation continues.
Amtrak?
Amtrak's focus right now is on working with the local responders to support all of their needs and make sure the passengers and crew of this train are receiving all the assistance and attention they need. For those of you who have families who have passengers maybe on this train, you're concerned about that, Amtrak has an emergency hotline that you can call. The number is 1-800-523-9101. Again, that's 1-800-523-9101. Please call that number if you're concerned that you might have a relative or family member on this train. We can work with you to verify that. Additionally, the Northeast Corridor is currently shut down. We'll be focused on bringing it back to service as soon as we can, and once the scene is clear for Amtrak to begin work.
Mayor, I know it's
Hold on for a second. Two last pieces of information. The fire department is in command on this particular scene. All information, again, is very preliminary. We will do our best to answer any questions, but I need you to understand, if we don't have the information, we're not going to speculate. We do not know what happened here. We do not know why this happened. There is no information about that. We are not going to speculate about it. We'll try to answer any other questions that you might have. Go ahead.
How many people were hospitalized, and what's the nature of their injuries?
Jess.
Again, 6 were critical. A total of 53 were transported by either medic units or by buses. They were less critical, but 6 critical confirmed.
And most of the injuries, were they at the front of the train? Can you tell us where on the train?
Throughout the train, there were injuries. We established 2 divisions, an East and West division. Early reports were we had over 50 self-evacuees on the East Division and then another 100 in the West Division. So as we established casualty collection areas on both sides of the incident, we started to track the victims and then get them to the hospital. Some were able to.
Can you tell us about the state of some of those train cars? The mayor indicated it was a devastating scene.
Well, I've never seen anything so devastating. They're in pretty bad shape. You can see that they've completely derailed from the track. They've been destroyed completely. The aluminum shell has been destroyed and they've been overturned completely. Again, I don't want to speculate on the cause, but it is a devastating scene down there.
Can you talk to us about the difficulty getting to the victims on the train by fire personnel and police personnel?
Well, special operations are on scene now. We have elements of PA Task Force 1 in service too. Most people, again, were able to self-evacuate, and that helped us out a great deal. The ones who were entrapped, our special operations people put hydraulic tools into service to get them out. That took some time. Secondary searches are underway now to make sure that we have everybody out of there, but our special operations people are doing a tremendous job down there.
Did you have to cut open some of the rail cars to get
Absolutely. We used hydraulic tools to get to the people that could not self-evacuate. There were several people who were entrapped. Again, train cars are overturned. They're in horrible shape. There's a bunch of debris down there, sharp objects, so it's a dangerous situation for responders, even more dangerous for the riders down there. But we were able to get them out with hydraulic tools,
At this
yes.
point, do you believe you have everyone out of the train?
We're not going to speculate
I can't speculate on that.
We need to match up the manifest from this particular train with all the individuals who either walked off or were transported. The at least 5 that I have confirmed here based on our preliminary investigation, who we know unfortunately are deceased. We are not going to try to speculate at the moment any comparison between the numbers that we believe were on the train as compared to where everyone else is at this moment. Let us do our investigation. We have train cars that are completely overturned on their side, ripped apart. It is a devastating scene down there. We walked the entire length of the train area, and the engine completely separated from the rest of the train, and one of the cars is perpendicular to the rest of the cars. It's unbelievable.
And again, Mayor, the manifest indicated how many people were on this train?
The estimate at the moment is a total of 243 individuals, 5 of whom we believe are Amtrak employees. That's your conductor, an engineer, other personnel, and then the rest we believe are passengers. That's a preliminary estimate. Until we get an actual manifest, we will not be able to do that.
Were you able to talk to any of the passengers or anything like that while you were up there at all?
I'm sorry, what?
Were you able to talk to any of the passengers being evacuated while you were up there or anything like that?
No, I saw some individuals as I was standing in the street, but I did not talk to. They needed medical personnel. That's all we have at the moment, gang. That's all we got. That's all we got.
Thank you.
That's all we got.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So that is the situation.
That's the latest from personnel. I'll let you try and recap there for a second, if you will.
Okay. We'll keep you posted. I'm sorry?
Nice job. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Abby. Just be aware, they're walking down to Sedgley now, so they may be doing another hit down there. Okay. Got some more buses coming in here. Looks empty. Here, give them a shot maybe they can use while I talk to them real quick. What's that?